Has anybody here had any accident? Right? Has anybody here had become sick sometimes? Yes? Or in Singapore, I know the economy is quite well and many things are very well organized, but you do get sick, don't you? Yeah. So what happens when you are sick? You know how Prabhupada used to sign his letters? Your ever well-wisher. I hope this meets you in good health. Good health. I know we're not the body, but we need this body to serve Krishna. So please take care of your fellow devotees. When they are sick, sometimes they get sick physically, but sometimes they get sick emotionally. Right? Do you guys get heartbreaks here in Singapore? Yeah? I am a mental health counselor in Australia. That's my occupation. And although Australia is very, Australia, people come, big men, strong men, engineers, 40 years old, 50 years old, a lot of money, 2-3 houses, breaking down. Wife left, children is doing drugs, this disease, this other problem. People break down. So, devotees are the best helpers, the best counselors. Because why? Because we have the best medicine. It's not our credit, it's Prabhupada's credit. He's the doctor, this is the medicine, Aushadhi Maya. The medicine against illusion is chanting Hare Krishna and expressed in Srila Prabhupada's books. So I thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm sorry to have taken more time than I was allotted. I know that here everything is very well organized, so it's good. It's good to see this. Our Sridhar Swami, Srila Prabhupada disciple, he used to say, we have worked so many years with our heart. Let's work with our brains now. Let's organize things. So this is the result. This is what Prabhupada wanted. Organized movement, systematic preaching, a very united family of devotees serving together happily, and then nothing can stop us. We can conquer the world. I have gone to many temples, as I said, and I see where the temples flourish is when the devotees cooperate. Sometimes you have big temples, and it's empty. And even the big festivals are like a little sad. Why? Because there's disease internally. The hand is fighting with the leg, the stomach is fighting with the eyes, and then everything is dysfunctional. So I'm very happy to see that you have such a functional team, and I'm very encouraged. I think I told Prabhu that we come to do some training, but actually you have given us a much better training than we generally deliver, because this is a very good example, and I'm sure very pleasing to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Shvaku Prabhu ki jai. How many of us want Prabhu back? How many of us want to be trained? Come back again, Prabhuji. Always welcome. Now we have His Grace Sudarshan Prabhuji to offer Vyasa Puja offering on behalf of the entire congregation. Can I request devotees to turn around and let us see Srila Prabhupada, and Prabhu will be, we can just move this for Prabhu so that he can also see Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Sri Vyasa Puja 2015. ISKCON Stabhak Acharya Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivigrajacharya Asotra Sata Sri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami iti namini. Namaste Saraswati Devam Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Destharini. As the chakora birds, drawn by the newly formed rain clouds, and as the gopis, possibly dragged by the song of Krishna's flute, so the Vaishnavas, carried by the gently flowing river of glorification of the qualities and pastimes of Srila Prabhupada, have converged here with great expectations of merging into the ocean of ecstasy. Is it not? I hope you are understanding what I said. Is it not that we are here to actually honor Srila Prabhupada and partake mercy from Srila Prabhupada? Is it not? We will serve prasadam shortly. Is it not? May the swan of our minds, swimming in the lake of deep desires, find shelter in the lotus-like vibrations which describe the cooling light of the full moon of the pastimes of Srila Prabhupada. May the flute-like song of the Vaishnava's mercy melt our stone-like heart and reverse the river of our lives flow towards the hellish planets. Whether the fearsome eyes of Maya cast their ashuric glance upon you, or whether the pangs of separation of a loved one cause the agitated heart to cry aloud like a forlorn peacock, please, please, please take shelter of this sturdy transcendental banyan tree. Dearest spiritual Pitamaha, Srila Veeraraghava Acharya states in Chandogya Upanishad, there are 8 symptoms of the Jivan Mukta, a person who is already liberated in this body. Apahata Papa, free from all sinful activities. Vichara, not subjected to miseries of old age. Vimutyu, not subjected to repeated birth and death. Visoka, being callous to the material happiness and distress. Vijigatas, no longer desire material enjoyment. Apipata, no desire other than to engage in the devotional service of Krishna. Satya Karma, Satya Kama, all desires directed to the Supreme Truth, Krishna. Satya Sankalpa, whatever desire is fulfilled by the grace of Krishna. These ornamental qualities adhere to your transcendental self, decorating for wanting of your esteemed association. You were a spiritual giant that lived among us ants, and yet nobody got hurt by your lotus footsteps. Those imprints form the continents in which we now dwell. You have traversed the globe, preaching in every town and village. Now there are truly towns and villages spiritually dovetailed upon your guidance, thriving to the sounds of the playful cows and the holy names of the sweet-loving blue cowherd boy. There are temples, and some more open amidst grandeur, all by your causeless mercy, full of compassion for us and more, the conditioned souls. One who knows Krishna knows everything, and one who knows your books knows Krishna. Thus, by revealing Krishna, you provided all the knowledge to guide the world. Years have rolled by since we got a glimpse of your transcendental stature, yet we do not know yet the full purport of your literature. You have cast your merciful glance upon all living entities and have embedded the seed of Krishna Prema through your ingenuities. Chanting, dancing, and feasting, a formula for the aspirant jiva, spiritually simple for the subservient, otherwise complicated for the overzealous mothers. Please bestow upon us to be insignificant before Krishna, who is everywhere and at all times. O Srila Prabhupada, more than ever before, we pray with folded hands. Please help us to believe, to practice, to distribute, to teach what you have written in your books, so we may lead the whole world to follow in your footsteps. For in your footsteps we must tread, free of Maya's menacing holds, calm and serene, peacefully established with Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the assembled Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Maho Mahotsava ki.
We'd like to invite His Grace Chandrasekhar Acharya Prabhu. Chandrasekhar Prabhu has been leading the prison preaching ministry for a very long time in Singapore. He has formed a dedicated team of devotees, and you all know that they work very hard, and we've really gained grounds in terms of preaching there, especially from the Hindu perspective, because most of the preaching, at least under that category, are actually going on through Krishna consciousness. So Chandrasekhar Prabhu has been a very steady pillar for that. And on top of that, he has also the task of being the chief pujari. He has organized all the deity services, he oversees them. It's always a challenging duty, because in this congregation, there are no, in one sense, living devotees. So sometimes the rigors of having devotees coming and making sure that their services are up to standard can always be a very tricky thing. But Prabhu has managed it very nicely, and we are very grateful to him. And today he will make the offering on behalf of all the teams who are on the deity roster as well as the deity services. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So it's a great day for us to be honoring Srila Prabhupada. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhudale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Dear Srila Prabhupada, today is a very auspicious day for us. For many years we have been hankering to have a deity at our center, especially for Radha Yatra. Few years ago, Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra arrived from Jagannath Puri. Since then, by your mercy, the Lordship's worship has been going on at the center regularly, and we organize Radha Yatra for the pleasure of the Lordship. Many of our congregation devotees are engaged in serving them. We train these devotees in order to meet the deity worship standard as a center. Our deity worship ministry at Mayapur has been very helpful in guiding us. Since we do not have full-time devotees, we often face challenges when these devotees travel abroad. Nevertheless, by the mercy of Guru and Gauranga, we have been managing the seva pretty well. We hope that more devotees would come forward for this seva. Srila Prabhupada, you have taught us that without devotional service, Jiva loses his constitutional position as a servant of Lord Krishna. In line with this, we are trying to engage as many devotees as possible in doing seva at the center through the activities we organize. As deity worship is one of the sevas, we hope to please the Lordship, Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra. They have been merciful to us in many ways. We have certainly expanded our preaching activities widely. We are sure that this would please your divine grace greatly. My dear Srila Prabhupada, you must be very pleased that this year you have appeared in the Murti form. We are all inspired, hope to please you even more. Serving your Murti has now become a regular activity. Many of us have not got the opportunity to serve an Acharya. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for allowing us to serve you in your Murti form. Srila Prabhupada, we pray at your lotus feet for your mercy and blessing so that we can engage ourselves more and more in organizing preaching activities to spread Krishna consciousness to please Gauranga Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda Prabhu. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for giving us a chance to be part of your great mission. We are proud to be associated in this mission of yours and wish to remain grateful to your divine grace eternally. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Mai ki Srila Prabhupada ki. We'd like to invite His Grace Pushpa Gopal Prabhu. Pushpa Gopal Prabhu will be representing the Gita Reading Society. Now the Gita Reading Society is officially our movement in Singapore. And somehow or another, by Srila Prabhupada's mercy, we crossed the hurdle of getting this movement, at least in this form, legalized in Singapore. And it's very important that we move ahead and that we show to Singapore and mainstream society that the devotees in this movement can contribute in all aspects of society. As Prabhu nicely mentioned, Ishwaku Prabhu nicely mentioned, devotees make the best counselors. Devotees are expert in all fields. And that's why we hope that through this organization, we can present our movement in a very favorable light, such that the day